Hello, friends. I'm Eric Hutchinson. I'm the principal broker and owner of Hutchinson Realty. Welcome to video 8 of my video series, How to Buy a Home in Northwest Arkansas. We have worked our way through the Arkansas real estate contract and we've talked about a lot of interesting topics. We have talked about financing. We have talked about earnest money, the non-refundable deposit, fixtures and attached equipment, contingencies, and home warranties. Today, we're going to be talking about a really important topic. We're going to be talking about inspection and repairs. This topic is so important that I am making 2 videos on the topic. We just can't cover everything in one video. Today, we're going to be talking about in specifics about as is. This is on item number 16 on the Arkansas real estate contract that deals with home inspection and repairs. We're going to be talking about, should I buy a home as is? What does as is mean? Doesn't that just mean that the seller is not going to take care of any repairs? We are going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about what it means to you if you buy a property as is. Do you have the right to do a final walkthrough? These are all things that we're going to be talking about today. So I hope you'll watch it, and I hope you'll go back and watch some of the previous videos on some of the other topics so that you can get caught up to us. So let's get into it, shall we? I'm going to show you, this is page number 7 out of 12 on the Arkansas real estate contract. And we're going to be looking at 16A, but there's also 16B. And you can see that this topic is so important that the Arkansas Real Estate Association has dedicated an entire page to this topic. There are so many facets to this topic that it needs an entire page. So we're going to be talking about 16A today, which deals with as is. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that we can see exactly what this paragraph says. So let me read this, and I know that you can follow along. So 16A says, subject to paragraph 25. Now let me stop right there. Paragraph 25 we have not got to yet, but that is the act of God clause. Now it doesn't say act of God clause on the contract, but that's what I call it because it protects the buyer in case there is a fire that burns the house to the ground, a tornado, a hurricane, an earthquake, some act of God that happens that destroys the house. The buyer is released from the Arkansas real estate contract and can terminate with no liability. That's the paragraph 25. We'll talk about that more whenever we get to it. But the sale of this property is in its condition as existing on the date the buyer signed the real estate contract, shall take place on an as is, where is, with all false bases. Notice that it's in all caps. It's really important. It's screaming at you saying that whatever condition the property is in whenever you sign this contract, that is the way you are accepting the property and that is the way you are going to close. Let's go on. And buyer acknowledges and agrees to voluntarily waive and decline any right to further inspect or require repair of the property. An example are the rights declined and waived by buyer in paragraph 16B of this real estate contract. Now, 16B, there's a whole lot to 16B. The whole page is 16B pretty much. And we're going to be talking about more what 16B says on the next video. But this says that you're waiving all of those rights. And I'm just here to tell you that you don't have a right to do a home inspection and you don't have a right to do a final walkthrough unless the seller allows that. But you don't have a legal right to that. Whenever you sign this contract and you offer to buy this property as is, whatever condition that it is in right now is the condition that you have to accept at closing. And so you don't have any rights to back out for home inspection or pretty much anything else. So I really want to caution you, before you check or you have your realtor check 16A, you need to make sure that you understand that you don't have a right to any home inspection from this point on. That's really important and it's a really big risk. But I will tell you, most buyers think that as is means that they can do a home inspection. The seller won't have to take care of any repairs, but that's not true. You are buying the property in its condition. There could be hidden mold. There could be all kinds of problems behind the wall in the plumbing. There could be problems with the septic system. There could be problems with the sewer, the pipes, the electricity, the roof. There's all kinds of things that could be wrong. That's why we highly recommend that you get the home inspection. Now, we'll talk about this later, but one of the things that you could do is check 16B that gives you the right to do a home inspection, and then just tell the seller that you're not going to request any repairs, that the house just has to pass a general home inspection. That's a better option than buying the property as is. Well, I hope that this information has been helpful for you. Now, I will tell you that in the market that we're currently in, where it is a seller's market, there are some buyers that are willing to take the risk and buy a property as is just to get the seller to accept their offer. But I will tell you, that's a really big risk. So be careful. Make sure that you feel comfortable. Maybe you just take a home inspector with you whenever you go look at the property before you write the contract. Either way, just be cautious and make sure that you understand what as is means. If you have any questions, you can always message me from this video, or you can email me at info@hutchrealty.com. You can go to our website and view every listing in Northwest Arkansas at hutchrealty.com and get a free home evaluation there. No matter what, I hope that you're doing well. I hope your family is doing well. May God bless you, and may God bless your home.